Aswand, Cruickshank, your one and only Move Swiftly speaker, checking in for a daily Move Swiftly thought, giving you a perspective on teamwork that you will not get anywhere else. My goodness, look at the sunrise, folks. Look at the sunrise. We get to do this. You get to wake up this morning. We didn't have to wake up. You get to wake up, my people. All right, folks, you get to wake up. You get another opportunity to do something great, to just make something happen, to be somebody that you weren't yesterday. Again, yesterday is officially over when you look at a beautiful, take a good look at it, woo, right? It gives you the reminder, it gives you the affirmation, so to speak, that yesterday officially ended, and now we're on to today, and it's on to what we want to get accomplished today. What is the win going to be today? What is the thing that you're going to get done today? How are you going to take advantage of the opportunity that you have now, in this moment? Appreciate the moments, folks. Take a look at it. Take a good look at it. Look at the way it just rises up for you, man. Always be blessed no matter what. Never take that for granted. Never take the fact that you get to see that sunrise for granted, all right? So as far as what today's Move Swiftly thought is, it's going to piggyback off a lot of the things that I started off today's video with, which is continuously self-development, voluntary self-development, constant self-development. When you start to commit to a life of self-development and constantly seeking out people who are doing what you want to do, yet they're just doing it better, and, you know, trying to pick their brain and take little gems and take little lessons and take little things from the people that are doing things that you want to do. When you start to commit your life to that, you will be in shock at the amount of growth and development and just how much you're interpreting life and how much of a new lens you're seeing life from, right? So give you an example. Just I'm recording this on a Sunday, April 21st, 2024. And it was 2 days ago, officially 48 hours ago, on Friday, April 19th, in which, for those of you who don't know, I teach at a charter school named the Center for Creative Education. And it's a private school, charter school, pretty much the same thing. You know, basically it's business run, and then it's the school part. They were just an after school program for close to 30 years. And then they, developed into the foundation school. And it's, when it comes to what I'm doing, the business that I'm running, it's very much a perfect fit in regards to the way I think education ought to be, which is constantly engaging creativity and infusing creativity into the education process. So when I first heard about it, I was all about it. And, there's a lot of synergy between what I do and what the school does. So there's just a lot of things that we can connect on, right? So Friday, the kids weren't there. The students weren't there. It was a professional day. I believe it was because of something that the public school system had, and the kids didn't have to come to school or something like that, whatever the reason was. The bottom line is it was just us teachers. And, days like this, there isn't a whole lot necessarily to do from a curriculum standpoint, because the kids aren't there, and we're not teaching the kids and we're not involved or anything. So there's just a lot of just kind of paperwork to catch up on. Again, whenever anyone who's in the education world knows that it's hard to find things to do when the kids aren't around, because everything we do is based on how we're going to teach the kids and how we're going to engage the kids and things like that, right? So a colleague of mine, her name is Santiago, the teacher that I work normally with, she was watching a video. I'm not even sure if this was required, but I caught a little glimpse of it. The name of the video, it was a curriculum. It was a bunch of modules that was sent to her, and this was like her second time watching it, whatever it is. But I caught a little bit of the clip of what was being said, and I'm like, man, that sounds right up my alley, So she sent me the email. Email in which she was looking for from, and it happened to be a lady named Becky Bailey, who runs a company named Conscious Discipline. And I looked at her stuff, I looked at her website, I looked at her brand, I looked at her company, and it was everything that I want my intellectual property to eventually become. Now, granted, she's been in the game for 30 years. I put my first book out only 4 years ago. However, it's still the same kind of thinking that is going to lead to me being able to create something very similar to her. So I'm telling you all, I'm bringing all of this to your attention for the simple fact that what I decided to do, again, this was not something that somebody told me to do. What I decided to do in that moment was I decided to use my time wisely. I spent a lot of time actually reading that day. I'm reading a book now titled Using Your Strengths by Don Clifton, but I decided to put that book down and listen to some of her work, listen to some of her modules and things like that. And, you know, one of the things I picked up from like I said, the company is called Conscious Discipline. And there was a lot of things that I learned about myself in regards to how I discipline the kids, how I talk to the kids, that helped me in regards to how I'm going to react to them on Monday when they do something that pisses me off, or how I punish them and how I do this, and just understanding that mindset. Again, these are things that were voluntary. There was not some boss coming and telling me, hey, you got to watch this video, you got to do this, you got to do that. No, this was me voluntarily deciding, hey, I'm going to watch this because she's sounding like she has some stuff, or has some things that she's been saying, or there's some things that she's teaching that is going to help me along with my journey, even outside of this place. And when you watch these videos, when you tune into these Move Swiftly thoughts, this is the place where I'm trying to get you to. This is the place where I want you guys to understand. I can be on here talking for hours upon hours. You can listen to hours upon hours upon hours of my content. Trust me, it's available. There's tons of things out there on me, videos, podcasts, articles, whatever, you name it, it's out there. All right. So the point is, are you taking these lessons in, putting it in your heart, and figuring out ways in which you can grow your brand and grow your business? This is why I do what I do. This is the work I do constantly every single day. No matter how much money I have, I'm always going to go back to my passions. It's always going to, because what drives me in this business, what drives me to be in business for myself, to be my own boss, is the passion. So I'm nothing without the passion projects. I'm nothing without the teammates that I've had, the coaches that I had, the places in which I know I've had my acceptance, because I've walked around, I've grown my entire life. My big business is built off the rejection and the the rejection issues that I've had, and the acceptance issues that I've had throughout my entire life. And these are the things that I put on camera, put on screen for you to see. And this is why, again, I encourage every last one of you who tune into, again, if it's the first time in my world and you're not into self-development and all that shit, okay, good, get the fuck out of here. But the people who are in it and decide, hey, I want to get better, I want to see growth, I want to start, finding my purpose, I want to start finding things in my life that are going to actually start making sense, you're in the right place. Just constantly commit yourself to a life of self-development. And when you do that, I'm telling you, when you do that, you will not, it becomes comical. All right, it becomes absolutely comical. You will start laughing at your former self, at how limited you used to think when you commit to self-development. All right. Main website to check out to dive deeper into all my work, makeyourmove.com. That's MAKEYAMOVE.com. It's a one-stop shop for all your teamwork and your self-development needs. Aswand, Cruickshank, your one and only Move Swiftly speaker, checking out. You guys continue to move swiftly. We will talk more soon.